The landscape of human aspiration is littered with unfulfilled potential, with dreams that never quite solidify into tangible realities. The initial spark of inspiration ignites with fervent intensity, painting vivid pictures of what could be. Yet for the vast majority, that vibrant vision eventually fades, succumbing to the slow erosion of inaction, doubt, and the relentless pull of the ordinary. Why does this chasm exist between the brilliance of our imagined futures and the often underwhelming actuality of our present lives? Why do so many carry their dreams like fragile lanterns, afraid to expose them to the winds of effort and uncertainty, until the flame sputters and dies? Consider the architect who conceives a breathtaking design, a structure of innovative form and profound purpose. The blueprints are meticulously drawn, the vision crystal clear in their mind's eye. Yet if those plans remain confined to paper, if the ground is never broken, if the materials never assembled, the magnificent edifice will forever exist only as an idea, a testament to unrealized possibility. So too, our dreams, however compelling, require more than mere contemplation. They demand the arduous process of construction, the persistent application of energy and will. One of the primary reasons so many dreams remain unactualized lies in the grip of inertia, the seductive comfort of the familiar. The human psyche often gravitates towards the path of least resistance, towards established routines and predictable outcomes. The act of pursuing a significant dream invariably requires venturing beyond these comfortable boundaries, stepping into the unknown territory of challenge and potential setback. This leap into uncertainty triggers a natural resistance, a desire to remain within the perceived safety of the status quo, even if that status quo is ultimately unsatisfying. Think of the aspiring entrepreneur with a groundbreaking business idea. They might spend countless hours refining their concept, envisioning its success. But the actual act of launching, the financial risk, the potential for failure, the sheer effort involved, can feel overwhelming. The inertia of their current situation, however unfulfilling, offers a false sense of security, making the leap into the unknown feel like an insurmountable chasm. Ralph Waldo Emerson, in his powerful advocacy for self-reliance and individual action, understood this inherent human tendency towards passivity. He urged individuals to break free from the constraints of conformity and to trust their own inner voice, to translate their unique visions into tangible realities through decisive action. "What I must do is all that concerns me, not what the people think," he wrote, emphasizing the need to follow one's own internal imperative, regardless of external pressures or the fear of venturing into uncharted territory. The absence of a clear and compelling why also contributes significantly to the failure of dream actualization. The initial excitement of a new aspiration can often carry us for a short distance, but when the inevitable obstacles arise, that initial enthusiasm may wane. Without a deeply rooted understanding of the underlying purpose, the core values that fuel the dream, the motivation to persevere through difficulty diminishes. The what and the how become meaningless without a powerful why to sustain the effort. Consider the individual who dreams of writing a novel. The initial allure of creative expression might be strong, but when faced with the discipline of daily writing, the frustration of writer's block, and the uncertainty of publication, that initial spark can fade. However, if their why stems from a deep-seated need to tell a particular story, to explore profound themes, or to connect with readers on an emotional level, that underlying purpose will provide the resilience needed to overcome the inevitable challenges. Furthermore, many dreams falter due to a lack of sustained focus and unwavering commitment. The modern world is a relentless engine of distraction, constantly vying for our attention with a multitude of fleeting stimuli. Maintaining a laser-like focus on a long-term goal in this environment requires conscious effort and unwavering discipline. Without this sustained commitment, the initial dream becomes diluted by the demands of the immediate, fragmented by the constant pull of the trivial. Think of the athlete who dreams of winning an Olympic medal. The initial vision of glory might be exhilarating, but the years of rigorous training, the sacrifices made, the unwavering focus required to stay on track, despite setbacks and distractions, demand an extraordinary level of commitment. Without this relentless dedication, the initial dream remains just that, a fleeting image of what could have been. The fear of failure, often lurking beneath the surface of our aspirations, acts as a significant impediment to actualization. The prospect of investing time, energy, and resources into a dream, only to have it not materialize as envisioned, can be deeply unsettling. This fear can manifest as procrastination, as a reluctance to take the necessary risks, ultimately preventing the dream from ever having a genuine chance to succeed. Consider the artist who dreams of exhibiting their work. The vulnerability of exposing their creations to public scrutiny, the fear of negative criticism or rejection, can be paralyzing. This fear can prevent them from even submitting their work, ensuring that their dream of sharing their art with the world remains forever unfulfilled. Ralph Waldo Emerson's emphasis on the importance of embracing risk and learning from mistakes directly confronts this paralyzing fear of failure. He understood that growth and achievement often require venturing into uncertain territory, and that setbacks are inevitable stepping stones on the path to realizing one's potential. Our chief want in life, he wrote, is somebody who shall make us do what we can. This call to action, to overcome our self-imposed limitations and embrace the possibility of failure as a learning opportunity, is crucial for dream actualization. The absence of a clear and compelling vision also consigns many dreams to the realm of perpetual possibility. While the initial yearning for something more might be present, without a well-defined picture of what that more actually looks like, the path towards it remains hazy and ill-defined. This lack of clarity makes it difficult to formulate concrete steps, to measure progress, and to maintain motivation over the long term. The dream remains an abstract notion, never fully crystallizing into a tangible goal. Think of the individual who dreams of being successful. While the desire is there, the definition of success remains vague. Is it financial wealth? Creative fulfillment? Making a significant impact on the world? Without a clear articulation of what success means to them personally, their efforts lack direction, and they drift without a true destination in sight. Furthermore, the failure to break down large, ambitious dreams into smaller, manageable steps often leads to overwhelm and inaction. The sheer scale of a significant aspiration can feel daunting, creating a sense that it is too far out of reach to even begin. This feeling of being overwhelmed can paralyze action, preventing the initial momentum needed to start the journey. Consider the individual who dreams of writing a screenplay. The idea of crafting a full-length narrative with compelling characters and a gripping plot can feel like an enormous undertaking. However, by breaking the process down into smaller tasks, outlining the story, developing the characters, writing scene by scene, the project becomes less intimidating and more achievable. Just as cultivating an unshakable mindset helps us navigate external challenges, developing a resilient inner dialogue is crucial for sustaining the pursuit of our dreams. The internal critic, fueled by doubt and insecurity, can be a powerful force, constantly whispering negativity and undermining our confidence. Learning to recognize and challenge these limiting beliefs, to cultivate a more encouraging and supportive inner voice, is essential for maintaining the belief that our dreams are indeed attainable. Think of the aspiring musician facing the arduous process of learning an instrument. The initial sounds might be clumsy and discouraging, triggering negative self-talk. However, by consciously reframing these initial struggles as part of the learning process, By focusing on small improvements, and by nurturing a belief in their ability to develop their skills, they can overcome the initial discouragement and persevere. The tendency to compare our journey to the seemingly effortless success of others, often amplified by the curated realities presented on social media, can also derail our dreams. These constant comparisons breed feelings of inadequacy and impatience, leading to discouragement and a premature abandonment of our own path. Recognizing that everyone's journey is unique, with its own set of challenges and timelines, is crucial for maintaining focus on our own progress. Consider the entrepreneur who sees the overnight success stories of others in their industry and becomes discouraged by their own slower progress. They might be tempted to give up, feeling that their dream is not meant to be. However, understanding that these overnight successes often involve years of unseen effort and perseverance can help them to stay committed to their own trajectory. Ralph Waldo Emerson's emphasis on the uniqueness of each individual and the importance of following one's own distinct path directly counters this tendency towards detrimental comparison. "Envy is ignorance, imitation is suicide," he wrote, urging individuals to embrace their own individuality and to pursue their own unique visions, rather than trying to replicate the journeys of others. Furthermore, many dreams remain unactualized due to a lack of consistent action. The initial burst of enthusiasm often fades without the sustained effort required to translate vision into reality. Dreams are not passive entities. They demand consistent nurturing, persistent effort, and a willingness to take concrete steps, even when those steps feel small or insignificant. Think of the individual who dreams of learning a new language. They might purchase books and apps with great enthusiasm, but without consistent daily practice, without actively engaging with the language, their dream of fluency will remain just that, a wishful thought. Ultimately, the failure to actualize dreams often stems from a combination of internal barriers: inertia, lack of a compelling why, insufficient focus, fear of failure, unclear vision, feeling overwhelmed, negative self-talk, and detrimental comparison, and a lack of consistent, sustained action. Overcoming these obstacles requires a conscious effort to cultivate self-awareness, to develop a clear sense of purpose, to embrace discomfort and risk, to break down large goals into manageable steps, to nurture a positive inner dialogue, to resist the urge to compare, and to commit to consistent action fueled by an unwavering belief in the possibility of their realization. The underestimation of the effort and persistence required to bring a significant dream to fruition is another common pitfall. The initial excitement can sometimes create an illusion that the journey will be relatively smooth and swift. However, the path to realizing any worthwhile aspiration is invariably marked by challenges, setbacks, and periods where progress feels slow or even non-existent. A lack of preparedness for this inevitable hardship can lead to discouragement and abandonment when the initial enthusiasm wanes and the true work begins. Think of the scientist embarking on a complex research project. The initial hypothesis might be compelling, but the years of experimentation, data analysis, and navigating unexpected roadblocks demand immense perseverance. A naive expectation of quick results can lead to frustration and a premature conclusion that the dream of discovery is unattainable. Furthermore, the failure to cultivate a supportive environment and to seek out guidance and mentorship can significantly hinder dream actualization. Trying to pursue a significant aspiration in isolation can be emotionally draining and can limit access to valuable insights and support. Connecting with others who share similar goals or who have already achieved what you aspire to can provide encouragement, accountability, and practical advice for navigating the challenges. Consider the aspiring filmmaker struggling to break into the industry. Trying to learn everything in isolation without seeking out mentors or connecting with other filmmakers can be a slow and frustrating process. However, by actively networking, seeking guidance from experienced professionals, and collaborating with peers, they can gain invaluable knowledge, support, and opportunities. Just as learning to act as if nothing bothers you requires a cultivation of inner strength, pursuing ambitious dreams necessitates the development of a strong belief in your own capacity to learn and adapt. The path to realizing a significant aspiration will inevitably involve acquiring new skills, overcoming unforeseen obstacles, and adjusting your approach as needed. A fixed mindset, a belief that your abilities are limited and unchangeable, can create a significant barrier to navigating these challenges. Think of the entrepreneur whose initial business model encounters unexpected market resistance. A fixed mindset might lead them to believe that their initial idea was fundamentally flawed and to give up. However, a growth mindset, a belief in their ability to learn from feedback, adapt their strategy, and develop new solutions, allows them to pivot and ultimately find a path to success. The tendency to get bogged down in perfectionism before taking action also prevents many dreams from ever seeing the light of day. The desire to have everything perfectly planned, every detail meticulously prepared, can lead to endless procrastination. The fear of not being ready becomes a convenient excuse for inaction, and the dream remains perpetually in the planning stages, never subjected to the reality of implementation and learning through doing. Consider the aspiring writer who spends months, even years, outlining their novel, endlessly refining character biographies and plot points, but never actually starts writing the first chapter. The pursuit of a perfect starting point becomes a form of avoidance, preventing the dream of a completed novel from ever materializing. Ralph Waldo Emerson's emphasis on the power of action and the acceptance of imperfection directly addresses this tendency towards paralysis by analysis. Do not wait. The conditions will never be exactly right, he wrote, urging individuals to begin their endeavors, to embrace the inherent messiness of creation, and to learn and adapt along the way. Ultimately, the failure to actualize dreams is a multifaceted issue, often stemming from a combination of internal limitations, external barriers, and a lack of consistent, informed action. Overcoming these obstacles requires a conscious commitment to cultivating a clear vision, breaking down large goals, nurturing a positive inner dialogue, embracing discomfort and risk, seeking support and guidance, developing a growth mindset, prioritizing action over perfection, and above all, demonstrating unwavering perseverance in the face of inevitable challenges. The journey from dreaming to doing is rarely linear or easy, but it is in the persistent navigation of its trueness that the most meaningful and lasting achievements are realized. The lack of consistent self-reflection and adjustment along the path to dream actualization is another significant reason why many aspirations remain unrealized. The initial plan, however well conceived, may need to evolve as new information is gathered, unexpected challenges arise, and the landscape of opportunity shifts. A rigid adherence to the original plan, without the willingness to honestly assess progress and make necessary adjustments, can lead to wasted effort and ultimately derail the dream. Think of the early pioneers of the automobile industry. Their initial designs were often rudimentary, far from the sophisticated vehicles we know today. Their success came not from sticking rigidly to those early blueprints, but from continuous experimentation, learning from failures, and adapting their designs based on feedback and technological advancements. This iterative process of reflection and adjustment was crucial to realizing their vision of personal transportation. Furthermore, the failure to cultivate a strong sense of self-discipline often undermines the pursuit of even the most compelling dreams. The initial motivation can wane, the allure of immediate gratification can become strong, and the daily tasks required to move the dream forward can feel tedious. Without a well-developed capacity for self-discipline, for consistently prioritizing long-term goals over short-term comfort, the momentum needed for actualization dissipates. Consider the individual who dreams of writing a comprehensive history book. The initial enthusiasm for the subject matter might be intense, but the years of research, writing, and editing require a significant degree of self-discipline, the ability to sit down and work even when motivation is low, to stay committed to the long-term project, despite the distractions of daily life. Just as learning to act as if nothing bothers you involves managing your reactions to external stimuli, achieving ambitious dreams requires managing your internal impulses and maintaining focus on your objectives. This internal regulation, this ability to delay gratification and persevere through trueness, is a hallmark of those who successfully bring their visions to life. The underestimation of the importance of celebrating small wins along the way can also contribute to a feeling of discouragement and a lack of sustained motivation. The journey to realizing a significant dream can be long and arduous, and without acknowledging and appreciating the milestones achieved along the way, it can feel like an endless uphill climb. Celebrating small victories provides a sense of progress, reinforces positive habits, and fuels the motivation to keep moving forward. Think of the student pursuing a challenging academic goal. Focusing solely on the distant final achievement can feel overwhelming. However, acknowledging and celebrating the completion of each major assignment, each successful exam, provides a sense of accomplishment and sustains their motivation throughout the long journey. Ralph Waldo Emerson's emphasis on the power of individual effort and the importance of finding joy in the process, not just the outcome, aligns with the idea of celebrating small wins. He understood that sustained effort is often fueled by a sense of satisfaction derived from the work itself and the incremental progress made. Ultimately, the failure to actualize dreams is often a consequence of neglecting the essential elements of sustained effort, adaptability, and inner fortitude. It requires more than just a vivid imagination and a fervent desire. It demands a commitment to continuous learning and adjustment, the cultivation of unwavering self-discipline, the ability to manage internal impulses, and the wisdom to recognize and celebrate progress along the way. The journey from aspiration to achievement is a marathon, not a sprint. And success hinges on the consistent application of effort, guided by reflection and fueled by the recognition of incremental victories. The influence of limiting beliefs, often ingrained from past experiences or societal conditioning, forms another significant barrier to dream actualization. These deeply held assumptions about our capabilities and the possibilities available to us can unconsciously sabotage our efforts, preventing us from even attempting to pursue aspirations that feel out of reach or not for someone like me. Recognizing and challenging these self-imposed limitations is a crucial step in opening ourselves to the potential for realizing our dreams. Think of the individual who harbors a lifelong dream of starting their own business, but believes they don't have the business acumen or aren't a risk taker. These ingrained beliefs, perhaps stemming from past failures or family narratives, can prevent them from ever taking the initial steps to explore their entrepreneurial aspirations, even if they possess the underlying talent and drive. Furthermore, the failure to cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness can lead to the pursuit of dreams that are not truly aligned with our core values and authentic selves. We may chase aspirations based on external pressures, societal expectations, or the desires of others, only to find that even upon achieving them, a deep sense of fulfillment remains elusive. Understanding our own intrinsic motivations and aligning our dreams with our genuine selves is essential for sustained passion and ultimate satisfaction. Consider the individual who pursues a high-powered career in a field that doesn't resonate with their true interests, driven by societal expectations of success and financial reward. Even if they achieve significant external markers of success, they may experience a persistent sense of emptiness or dissatisfaction because their professional life is not aligned with their core values and passions. Just as learning to act as if nothing bothers you involves understanding your triggers, realizing your limiting beliefs and inauthentic desires requires honest introspection. This process of self-discovery of peeling back the layers of conditioning and external influence, allows us to identify and pursue dreams that truly resonate with our inner being. The underestimation of the power of consistent habits also contributes significantly to the failure of dream actualization. Significant achievements are rarely the result of grand, sweeping actions, but rather the accumulation of small, consistent efforts performed over time. Neglecting the importance of establishing and maintaining positive, daily habits that support the pursuit of our dreams can lead to stagnation and a gradual drifting away from our aspirations. Think of the individual who dreams of becoming a skilled painter. While bursts of intense creative energy might occur, without the consistent habit of daily practice, of dedicating regular time to honing their skills, their progress will be sporadic, and their dream of artistic mastery will likely remain unfulfilled. Ralph Waldo Emerson's emphasis on the power of individual action, however small, and the cumulative effect of consistent effort aligns with the importance of habit formation. He understood that significant change and achievement are often the result of persistent dedication to daily practices that support one's goals. Ultimately, the failure to actualize dreams is a complex interplay of internal barriers, misguided motivations, and inconsistent action. Overcoming these obstacles requires a commitment to challenging limiting beliefs, cultivating deep self-awareness, aligning dreams with authentic values, establishing and maintaining supportive habits, and demonstrating unwavering perseverance, fueled by a genuine passion for the aspiration itself. The journey from the realm of possibility to the landscape of reality demands not just dreaming, but a conscious and consistent effort to become the person capable of making that dream a tangible part of their lived experience. The visions you hold within, the futures you imagine, they are not mere fantasies, but seeds of possibility waiting for fertile ground. Yet, the journey from that inner landscape to the tangible world is often fraught with unseen hindrances. Doubt can take root like stubborn weeds. Procrastination can feel like a comfortable armchair. And the fear of stumbling can cast long shadows over the path ahead. The failure to make dreams real isn't usually about a shortage of initial brilliance, but about the struggle to navigate this internal terrain with steady resolve and a willingness to keep moving forward, even when the way isn't clear. Think of the sculptor who sees a form within a raw block of stone. The final creation exists vividly in their mind, but it remains trapped until they pick up their tools, patiently chipping away at the excess, enduring the dust and the effort. The dream of the sculpture demands active engagement with the material, a persistent shaping and refining. Your aspirations require that same hands-on approach to your own life and your own efforts. The reasons why so many longings remain just that, longings, are personal and varied. Yet they often point to a central issue, a gap between the vividness of what we picture and the consistent action we take in the here and now. The power to bridge that divide resides within your own choices. It's about facing those internal hesitations, clarifying what truly drives you, committing to the daily work, and learning as you go, adapting when necessary. The unlived dreams that linger in your thoughts aren't signs of what you lack, but signals of untapped potential, waiting for the deliberate act of bringing them into being. Therefore, I ask you now, look closely at what you truly want to create in your life. Identify the specific hesitations, the internal roadblocks that have kept those aspirations waiting. Decide to address them, one intentional step at a time. Get clear on the fundamental why that fuels your vision. Accept that the journey will have its challenges. That effort is part of growth. The ability to transform those inner visions into real-world experiences isn't some elusive magic. It's the direct result of your sustained focus and determined action. Begin. The potential within you is ready to take shape. Now, as you commit to this vital work of making your aspirations real, you will inevitably encounter resistance, setbacks, and moments when the path ahead feels steep. The easy choice might seem to be the comfortable route, the one demanding the least struggle. But what if that seemingly smooth path leads not to where you truly want to be, but to a gradual fading of your true abilities? Join us in our next video as we confront this critical decision, exploring act as if nothing bothers you, the unshakable mindset hack. We will uncover the strength that comes from cultivating an inner calm, a way of navigating challenges and staying focused on your purpose, without being thrown off course by the inevitable bumps along the way. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.